Oscillatoria. Oscillatoria is a cyanobacteria that is a gram-negative blue-green. It can be called a blue-green algae or a gram-negative bacteria. Hello friends, I am Ayantika, and in this video I will be discussing the overview of Oscillatoria, its structure, its reproductive strategies, its economical and ecological importance of Oscillatoria. So let's start the video. Before I start the video, there is a quiz. Apart from Oscillatoria, which of the following cyanobacteria is a food for fish and other aquatic invertebrates, that is aquatic insects? There are 4 options, and if you know the answer, you can write it in the comment section. If you don't know in case, then I will be discussing this quiz at the end of the video. Oscillatoria, this is a blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. It is prokaryotic and it has a cosmopolitan distribution, generally found in aquatic environment, both fresh water as well as marine, but mostly in the fresh water. And in terrestrial also, it is found in the damp soil or damp rock, mostly in the damp soil, and in aquatic environment it is free floating or sometimes attached to the bottom of the aquatic sediment. This aquatic, it is mostly if it is a permanent water body like a pond, it is found in the shoreline region. Because in water, if the water depth is too much high, there will be less penetration of sunlight. Due to this, there will be less photosynthetic activity. So all the cyanobacteria, they are either found in the shallow water or the shallow water or temporary pool, or if in the permanent pool, it is found in the shoreline region, especially to take advantage of the sunlight, because in deeper water there will be less penetration of sunlight and so less photosynthesis rate. So all this cyanobacteria, they are present in shallow water, and Oscillatoria, it is no exception. Size, it is microscopic generally, but if if it is many Oscillatoria filaments together found, they can also be observed as a mass of jelly. But this Oscillatoria, it is not colonial. It occurs as single filament. These filaments, if engaged enmeshed in common gelatinous matrix, it may look macroscopic, but otherwise it is not colonial. It is single filament, single unbranched filament. It grows over a wide range of temperature. Oscillatoria terebriformis and Oscillatoria breviformis, they are found to be growing in hot water springs, and also it can grow at a very low temperature also and high temperature also. Oscillatoria brevis, I have actually written a wrong thing. This should be minus 16 degrees C. This is not 16 degrees C but minus 16 degrees C. So mind it, it will be minus 16 degrees C. Oscillatoria brevis, it grows at a below 0 degree temperature also. So this Oscillatoria, it has a very unique feature. In anoxygenic environment, that is in environment where there is no oxygen, it performs anoxygenic photosynthesis, where the electron donor is not water but it is hydrogen sulfide. And under aerobic condition, the Oscillatoria, cyanobacteria oscillatoria, it performs aerobic photosynthesis. So this phenomena of having oxygenic as well as anoxygenic photosynthesis, it is common in Oscillatoria, especially Oscillatoria limnatica. And Oscillatoria can also, apart from microscopic identification, you can just identify Oscillatoria as a shiny green mass. Though this Oscillatoria, the green color of Oscillatoria is common, but there are also different Oscillatoria like Oscillatoria agardi. It has usually a very shiny green color, but on the other hand, Oscillatoria rubescens, it has a red color. So generally Oscillatoria is green, but sometimes some few species of Oscillatoria are also colored, and it is very shiny due to the gelatinous secretion. And the main characteristic feature is that geoosmin and MIB, these two products, they give a smell of earthy, very earthy smell. Earthy smell is the smell that you get when you held a piece of damp earth or just after the rain. That type of smell found when Oscillatoria, it is crushed. So from that also we can detect Oscillatoria. From geoosmin and MIB, these two products are a diagnostic product that can help identify the Oscillatoria. Just crushing the Oscillatoria releases the smell of geoosmin and MIB. And apart from Oscillatoria, geoosmin and MIB is also produced by other cyanobacteria like Anabaena, Linkbia, Aphanizomenon and Frischella. Structure. The structure of Oscillatoria is filamentous, unbranched filament, a single filament surrounded by some mucilaginous secretion. Here we see that Oscillatoria, they have a cylindrical type of cells, and unlike nostoc and Anabaena, earlier I have made two videos. One is of Anabaena and another nostoc. If you would like to see those videos, I have put them the link in the description box. And here we see that the structure of Oscillatoria is each cells are cylindrical. Earlier we have seen that in nostoc and Anabaena, the cells, individual cells, were bead-like or moniliform. But here the cells are not bead-like; they are just cylindrical cells. And this Oscillatoria, it shows a bit of polarity because the terminal cell of the Oscillatoria, it is either it forms a calyptra, this type of structure, or it is just not rectangular, just not cylindrical, but it has a very tapering end. Either it is calyptural like, plate like, or it has a tapering end. By this we can say that trichome of Oscillatoria, it has got some polarity. Otherwise, the rest of the cells have just a hexagon, just a cylindrical structure. And we know that this Oscillatoria, along with other cyanobacteria, they are prokaryotic, which means that it does not have any membrane bound organelles, which means that the entire cell is either is divided into outer colored chromoplasm and inner this centroplasm. So this inner centroplasm, it is also, it contains nuclear material, and as it is prokaryotic, so the oscillatorial nuclear material is not membrane bound. It is just coiled DNA apart from certain ribosomes, that is the 70S ribosomes. So this type of nucleus, this type of nuclear material, it is called either incipient nucleus, or it is called the gonophore, or it is called the centroplasm. So apart from centroplasm, it has the outer chromoplasm, which is colored. Here, the lamella on the upper surface of the lamina is the pigments, especially chlorophyll A, the carotenoids, and the phycobilins and xanthophylls. So these pigments are found on the surface of thylakoids. Thylakoids are arranged either parallel and they are arranged parallel to each other as well as parallel to the plasma membrane. So this is all about. Oh, okay, there is also some inclusions in the cell of the oscillatoria. These inclusions are generally in the form of stored food material. Stored food material includes Cyanophycean starch, which is also called Myxophycean starch, and this apart from this Cyanophycean starch, it has got also cyanophycin, which is proteinaceous, but not protein actually. It is an oligomer. So these two are the storage food matter. Apart from them, there are also a certain type of alpha and beta granules, and there are also pseudo vacuoles, which are just like the gas vacuoles of any eukaryotic cell, but here the plasma membrane is not present. Instead, they have a covering of proteinaceous covering. So this is not a vacuole but a pseudo vacuole. So the things that are found in the outer chromoplasts are thylakoids, alpha and beta granules, the pseudo vacuoles, polycarbonate granules, polyphosphate granules, and the centroplasm, it contains the nuclear material or the genetic material. So this is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is bounded by the plasma membrane, and the plasma membrane is again bounded by the cell wall, which is quite thick, because this is the cyanobacteria is a gram negative, and gram negative bacteria, all the gram negative bacteria, they have a thicker cell wall, and on the top of the cell wall and covering each cell is the gelatinous matrix. The gelatinous matrix is found outer to the filament, not in between the two cells of the filament. That is, gelatinous matrix is present around the filament, not in between the cells. Just covering the main function of gelatinous matrix is just to prevent the desiccation and also protect the cell from herbivory. So this is all about structure of oscillatoria. Here we see that the oscillatory movement, oscillatoria is named so because of the oscillatory movement it shows. This is the oscillatory movement. Here it is shown in this picture. Apart from this oscillatory movement, oscillatoria also shows different other type of movement, that is gliding or creeping movement or bending movement. It sometimes happens due to this bending movement, oscillatoria may appear branched. If there is bending, the oscillatoria may appear branched, but there is no branching in oscillatoria. Reproductive strategy of oscillatoria. Now, oscillatorias do not have sexual reproduction. It is mainly reproduced by hormogonia. Now, what are hormogonia? Hormogonia are a short chain of 4 or 5 or even 6 cells, and they are formed by separating disc. These are the separating discs. It can also be called as the necridium. Basically, these are dead cells that are filled with mucilage. These bioconvex cells, they are called either necridia or separating disc. So these they either dissolve or burst, setting free the hormogonias. So this hormogonia is the main reproductive strategy of oscillatoria. Also, it happens that sometimes they are nipped the oscillatorial filament, they are nipped by say fish or any other insects of the pond. So it happens that the by the accidental biting of the oscillatoria, it gets fragmented. So by this fragmentation also is one of the reproductive strategy, but that is accidental. Main process is reproduction by hormogonia. It lacks sexual reproduction. Also, heterocysts and echinates are absent in this oscillatoria. So, reproduction by echinate is totally absent. And as it does not have heterocyst, so all the we see that all the cells, they are of similar function, and this heterocyst, instead of heterocyst, we hormogonia are formed by this Necridia. In earlier, I have made videos on Anabina and Nostoc, where we see that the heterocyst, when heterocyst becomes senescent, it's burst, releasing the hormogonia, and echinates are formed next to heterocyst. But here, no such thing happen because there is no heterocyst. The ecological and economical importance of oscillatoria. Ecological is that how the oscillatoria is helpful or damaging to the atmosphere. Now, oscillatoria, it has good ecological importance because it is a food for the aquatic animals. Also, it is found to be saprophytically growing in the digestive respiratory tracts of aquatic animals. Oscillatoria also, they they interfere with the filter feeding mechanism of Daphnia. That is why you won't be finding Daphnia in area where oscillatoria is present. So sometime if you have certain water bodies and you want to control Daphnia, this is a very good source of biological control of Daphnia. But everything is not good about oscillatoria. Oscillatoria also produces certain amount of toxins. The toxins can be either neurotoxins, hepatotoxin, or dermatoxin, or sometimes amino acid BMAA. This BMAA, these are amino acids that bioaccumulate, and if they bioaccumulate, they will produce different type of metabolic disorders on the organisms that feeds on this oscillatoria. So feeding on oscillatoria fed fishes can sometimes be very dangerous also. Sometimes it happens that oscillatoria produces certain type of toxins, and this toxins, this type of toxins can be neurotoxin, which affects the nervous system, hepatotoxin affecting the liver, then the dermatoxin, that is affecting the skin of our body. So apart from this this oscillatoria also it is not only present in a bloom, it actually bloom contains many type of other cyanobacteria also. So one of them is oscillatoria, though oscillatoria is not a very common bloom forming organism. And another important feature of oscillatoria is that it has got good antioxidant property. It produces a butylated hydroxytoluene. This butylated hydroxytoluene, due to this antioxidant property, has been used as a food additive, and so it is very economically important in biotechnology also. And now we come to the quiz part. Apart from oscillatoria, which of the following cyanobacteria are used as a food for fish and other aquatic animals? So the answer will be that all of the below. All the options, Anabina, Spirulina, Microcystis and Linkbia, all these cyanobacteria and oscillatoria also, all these are food for fish and aquatic invertebrates. end of the video. I have made this video based on the MSc and BSc syllabus of Calcutta University, um, uh, Bareilly University, Ujjain, Veer Narmal South Gujarat University, and Ujjain University. But I haven't made videos based on other universities. In case you want to know any other about algae or cyanobacteria, you want me to make more videos regarding any other topic of cyanobacteria, please write it in the comment section, and in the description box I have put all the links to the videos I have been making so far. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, share it with your friends and subscribe it to get the latest video updates what I make. Thank you.